Hi everybody, you have to excuse the backdrop. As you may or may not know, I am currently on vacation in Canada, doing a bit of a recce trip, looking to move here, just looking at some of the real estate, and yeah, hence the lack of reviews. But I'm back today. I visited my good friend Daryl at Giant Robot Comics, which is in Dartmouth. I saw Mark and Jay in there as well. It's good to catch up with everybody, and I got a great deal on this one, the Giant Kaiju Knifehead from Pacific Rim, made by Neca. I had the first Pacific Rim figure, the Gypsy Danger, which is good. I did sell it on because I wanted to get the newer version that's being released, which is the version with the battle damage and the cannon arm, which should be out shortly. But yeah, wanted to pick this guy up. I don't have much to compare him with scale-wise because I didn't bring much with me. Just some suitcases. I don't even know how I'm going to get it home, but I'll manage. Anyway, let's crack this open and take a look. Just give you guys a rough idea of scale. This is the box, and this is your large large deluxes now, super deluxes. The second version of Knifehead. This is the battle damage Knifehead that my son owns. Just to give you an idea of scale, this box is absolutely huge. Right, straight out of the box we've got a small styrofoam sheet to cover it up. And there he is. As you can see, there is definitely some assembly required. You've got the head separately, you've got the tail separate, and I think that's pretty much it. We've got a stand there at the back, and about 50,000 twist ties. So I'm going to get those off, get him out of the box, and we're going to put him together. Right, here he is in pieces. Just want to show you, first of all, basically there's a small peg here that's going to slot straight into the next slot. Now I've heard these are actually fairly difficult to get in, and pretty much once they're in, they're not going to be coming out anytime soon. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to need another suitcase to take this guy home in. I mean, just look at the head sculpt on this. I mean, these first impressions, these are sharp, really sharp. I mean, I thought the ones on the smaller, large deluxe Knifehead were big, but these are incredible. So basically we're going to plug this section in and this section in. Just nip it together. It's going to be, yeah, I'm probably going to have to do this off camera. I'm going to have to force that in. And as I'm working on a fairly wobbly table surface, I'm probably going to knock the camera over. So be right back. Wow. It actually went in a lot easier than what I thought they were going to go in. I've had trouble with the stand. I can't seem to get the stand to fit in. There's a small hole just underneath his crotch section here, and it seems to be too shallow to actually get the shaft in there. So can't get my shaft in his hole. He's massive, absolutely massive. He does stand okay without the stand, but obviously I would have liked it to have kind of a dynamic pose, because I don't like him resting on his tail. I want it kind of running forward slightly. I mean, look at that, he's so big I can't even get the whole guy in shot. That is just an incredible beast. The sculpt on this is phenomenal. I really like it. It's more or less an upscaled version of that large deluxe figure I've got, with slightly better articulation. It does feel somewhat hollow, but I think they've done that to keep the cost down. They've got added articulation on the fingers, and of course they've got the light up feature. Let's just take a look at some of that detailing. Here we go, here is the face. Once again, please excuse the terrible lighting. I am out of my comfort zone, I'm on holiday, and we are making do. Really love the shading here on the eye. The teeth as well, there's two layers in there. Just this skin, the detailing throughout, it just looks absolutely incredible. Looks really reptilian. Loving the backpack. Everything's really sharp on this guy as well, like it was with the large deluxe thing. The claws themselves, sculpting on this is absolutely incredible, with the added articulation on the fingers. Love when you come around here, it's almost like a rubbery kind of vinyl texture to the chest. Taking a look at the back of him, you've got this gorgeous backpack. It looks like some sort of bone and it goes all the way through to the tail with the ball joint 1, 2, 3 points along the tail with this lovely curve on the end. I'm kind of holding him up by his tail at the moment. He is fairly front heavy just because of the sheer size of that noggin. Now, of course, Knifehead does come with the light up feature. There's a small tab just on the underside of his chin. If we flick that across, oh, that is fantastic. Let's down the old contrast on that. Look at that, that is phenomenal. Absolutely love that. Fantastic. So, all in all, an absolutely fantastic figure. Definitely huge step up from the original release of Gypsy Danger, who, although I really liked, was somewhat lacking in the finer detailing. I'm going to quickly cover the articulation on Knifehead. You've got a ball jointed head. It goes left and right, up and down. Pull it down too far, it will pop out of the socket, as you just saw. Really nice movement on the jaw. Although, like the large deluxe, it does flop down slightly. You've got tight joints on the shoulders, but they do rotate all the way around. They do move up and down. You see, I'm trying to do this, and it's such a wobbly table. You've got rotation inside this chest here, although it is slightly hindered by these larger arms. As they come down, they do actually hinder the smaller arms, which you don't get with the smaller figure. You've got a rotation at the wrist. You've got nothing on these fingers. Obviously the same on both sides. Going down to the big arm, you do have a bend at the elbow. Although it doesn't bend very far forward, it actually bends further back than it does forward. You then come round and take a look at the hands here. We've got a rotation on the wrist, and we've actually got this nice addition, which is the articulation on the individual fingers, which can really bring these claws round, which is a really nice touch. Coming round to the legs, you've got a swivel on the thigh. Everything's very, very tight on this, and of course, being Neca, you do want to be careful. You don't want to be forcing things round too hard. Just slowly moving around, gradually and surely, and things will go. You've got a ball joint on the underside of the knee and a slight cut in there, so it does go in and out. And you've got a full pivot and a little bit of forward and back rocker motion on that foot. As I mentioned earlier on, you do have the 3 points of articulation on the tail, so you can get some really nice poses with that tail. I would have kind of liked it if they had kept the kind of the iron, I can't think what they call it, you know, the rods that go through the tails so you can pose it, kind of the wire posing. But hey, what we've got here is a very well articulated, huge kaiju monster, so I'm not going to complain. Right, don't have any Jaegers to compare this guy size-wise with, so we've got Emmett's robot and we've got the large deluxe Knifehead. As you can see, he is massive, but everything is awesome. I have managed to get him to stand up on this stand. It's not actually inserted in there, it's basically just balanced, but he does appear to be holding his balance pretty well. Next on my list, obviously they're going to be doing the Cherno Alpha. They're doing the reissue of the Gypsy Danger with the battle damage and the cannons. And I also need to get myself the Jakks Pacific Godzilla and see if I can do a kind of LED thing similar to this. Sure, he can help the Jaegers beat the Kaijus. Absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough. Please go and check out my friends at Giant Robot Comics. I'll put the link in the description below. Great bunch of guys, and they'll definitely be my local comic shop when I move here. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Until I get back to the UK, stay tuned and goodbye.